Are you running for Senate in 2022?
Well, I think it's a little premature to be able to lay a marker down at this point. A couple weeks ago, I did meet in the Oval Office with the President and the Vice President, as well as his Chief of Staff, to talk about the different options. With Senator Burr, Richard Burr from North Carolina retiring, it does open up the seat. We're going to spend the next year traveling statewide and serving out, certainly plan to serve out our term in Congress, which officially doesn't end until January 2021. And at that point, we'll sit down and make a decision, but we want to continue to take our message of individual liberty and opportunity to all communities, and if it affords us to open up that statewide, then we would take a strong look at it. When I met with the President, I told him I'm not here to ask for any kind of rescinding of any other endorsement, and he said, basically, Mark, whatever position you decide to run in, we would get behind you and support you, and so we're grateful for that. Don't take that lightly, but we're looking at all the different options as we look ahead.
Did President Trump say anything else about a possible campaign?
I think we first and foremost have to worry about working on behalf of Dan Forest for governor, Tom Tillis for the U.S. Senate, and President Trump to get them reelected in November. And then if he does, then we'll sit down and talk about the official endorsement moving forward.
Speaking of governor, you released a statement on Pat McCrory saying you hope that he'd support Dan Forest in his bid. Anything to add to that?
I saw where the former governor had put out a statement talking about the different candidates. I believe and have believed from the very beginning, that's why I endorsed Dan Forest early on, that he has a track record of winning as a lieutenant governor. In fact, he received 300,000 more votes in 2016 than other statewide candidates. I believe he's a strong candidate to win governor, and I would encourage the former governor to get behind him and support him.
Do you think, or have you thought about the possibility of former Governor McCrory running for Senator Burr's seat?
I think he released a statement last week that he might have some interest. Certainly not opposed to that. I welcome all people, and I guess it's a little early for any of us to be saying what our plans are a year from now, but we've been reached out across the state to consider this. We're very grateful, very humbled by the amount of people who have supported us these last little over 5 years. Throughout the Triad and throughout the 6th District, Central North Carolina. But it's a little early to call it now, but would you say there are some trends that are tending to move along that way? Maybe, but like I said, it's a little premature to lay a stake in the ground at this point.
Why did you decide not to seek re-election? Different
districts, in fact, in the redistricting process, the state assembly chose to take the 3 most Democratic areas and put it into one district and call it the 6th District. It's a district now that Hillary Clinton won by 22 points, and I just didn't think it'd be wise to spend the resources from the campaign side that people had invested us into a race that mathematically would be impossible for a Republican to win. I don't necessarily know why the state legislature tried to make it or did make it that one-sided, but time will tell. Plus, the other factor in this is only for 2 years. With the growth that North Carolina has, we will move from 13 members of Congress to 14 members of Congress, which means for the 4th time in 5 elections, all the districts will be redrawn again.
Is there anything specifically that you feel like you'd be able to accomplish in the Senate that you can't in the House?
Well, we've been able to have, I think, a lot of success in the U.S. House. We were the first new member elected to serve as chairman of the largest caucus in Congress. We also, just 2 weeks ago, were the only Republican that was invited to give the commencement at a historical black college and university. The reason I believe in this process so much in Carolina the last 5 or 6 years and really take an honest look as far as can we carry that message and that success in a statewide manner.